What is up? Hey, everybody. I am Mario Loria. I have some special, amazing guests here today. This is going to be a super chill ambassadors chat. We're going to talk about all things cloud native. Welcome to the fourth installment of This Week in Cloud Native. Like I said, my name is Mario. Today I have Dan Pop of the popular Popcast and Subtree of, well, lots of things, and we're going to get into that momentarily because I'm not going to introduce these guests. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. So thank you for joining us again. We do not have any sort of main presentation or anything like that today. I think we're going to keep this a really relaxed, really fun conversation. I know Dan Pop is a new ambassador as well. We're going to get into some of that. We're going to talk about conferences, other events. We're going to, of course, talk about news. We might talk about a little bit more about some other cloud native streamers and other people that are sharing some awesome content. So that's kind of the take for this show. We really appreciate everybody taking the time to join us. Please leave comments, questions. We're watching this stuff live. We want this to be interactive. This is definitely two-way. We're serving you. You are driving this show right now. With that, I am going to give it right over to, let's start with Sabri, and then we will go to Dan Pop. So take it away, guys.
Cool. Sabri. I've been an ambassador for almost 2.5 years. I guess it's been about 2.5 years now. It's been a while. One of the few in the Midwest. I live in St. Louis, so we have
nice.
It is, but then you look at the coverage of like ambassadors per like land area here in the Midwest. Yeah. It's enormous, so it is what it is.
That's okay. Step up, Chicago. Step up.
Yes.
I call you the second city for a reason, baby.
Ooh. I don't know if we have an ambassador in Kansas City. We may. I don't actually know. It's a good question. But anyway, I've been in cloud native since sort of the beginning, I guess. Currently work for a company called Critical Section. We are working on Rust for like mission and security critical systems and other really cool nerdy stuff. So lots of security research and before that platform engineering and laundry list of stuff. But particularly in the security space recently.
Nice. Awesome. Pop, take it away.
Hello, everyone. Dan Papandrea. People call me Pop. I work for a company called Sysdig. I'm the lead for open source and community, namely the Falco project, which is a CNCF project. And I have a little show called the Popcast. Just became an ambassador, I think, in the December timeframe. It's awesome. I have a huge love of the community, and I'm so happy to be here sharing it with some other ambassadors.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Thank you, gentlemen. My name is Mario Loria. Of course, I work for a company named Carta. We are changing the way people stop using Excel, making it more efficient for startups, small companies to understand their cap tables, get valuations, and really bridge the gap. We want everybody to be owners. And so we have a couple open positions actually on my team. So if anybody is interested in kind of a back-end software engineering role or a front-end software engineering role, which I mean, most of those are the roles that most companies are looking for, because thank you, this guy right here has his stuff together. See, I'm not even prepared to look at it. I'm just in like a white room. What's going on right now? So if anyone's interested, let me know. Carta is, we just released Carta X, and we are doing amazing. This is probably the funnest place I've ever worked in my career. And I love it here. So if anyone has any questions, let me know. I look forward to talking more about what we're doing in cloud native, what we're doing with Kubernetes, how we're leveraging things at our type of organization. So really excited to get into that. But first things first, let's get into the ambassador program. Since all three of us are ambassadors, I want to talk to Dan Pop. So I've been an ambassador for about two years, same as Sabri. And I have an idea of what we do, right? It's really apparent. And most of the time, people that are not as close to CNCF will see us helping out in certain contexts. A lot of that is KubeCon in terms of the interpersonal. Dan Pop, you are the latest. By far, you should have been one a year ago plus. What does it mean to you being new to the ambassador program? And why do you think you can maybe contribute, or why do you think the CNCF sees you as somebody that can contribute to the overall mission, to expanding what cloud native means to the rest of the world?
I think without a pandemic, there wouldn't be a Pop as an ambassador. And here's what I mean. Okay, you have to do different things to kind of get people involved in the community. You had like meetups. Now it's a lot more virtual meetups. And so I took it upon myself I loved being at conferences and being able to like, not just the track where you go and learn something, which is awesome. By the way, KubeCon is coming up, everybody. Just make sure that, I guess we have a thing on the bottom here about that. But like, basically like, it's the after grabbing a beer, grabbing tacos with somebody. And so I was like, how can you recreate that? And when you're, socially distant or shelter in place, right? And so, being an ambassador, you kind of have to just be able to like talk of, oh, look, I love Kubernetes. I mean, it's like I stake my career on Kubernetes. And then you look at all the accompanying CNCF projects, right? And you're an ambassador, you're like, wow, there's so many amazing, brilliant things. This is such a great time to be. Like, and so taking that, and the CNCF thing, and I'm sure Sabri would, agree with me, is kind of giving us the reins to be able to go out there and kind of preach the gospel of these amazing projects. So, that's what I think, from an ambassadorship perspective, that's what I think is the advantage.
Absolutely. For sure. So I'm going to have my screen shared here momentarily. I just wanted to show the page about the ambassador program on the CNCF website. And really, CNAs are kind of the acronym, because we need more 3-letter acronyms that start with a C. Absolutely. These are people, I think one of the reasons that initially the program started up was because of Meetup and because of people that were driving engagement in their locality. Right. In those localities, the CNCF now has a meetup program powered by the Bevy platform, and are connecting those meetups together. And what they're doing is the same thing they're doing for individual projects that are in repos, but they're doing this for each meetup that's available, that's out there, bringing them all together, supporting them with resources if need be. And there's even a whole network of finding people to speak. So if anyone listening right now, I just want to shout out, like, the CNCF is providing so much to help drive the communication, the understanding of what cloud native means, and education for people of what's going on. And definitely visit their website and check this stuff out. And they even tell you what they're currently looking for. And you can get a sense of all the ambassadors here, many of which are doing way cooler stuff than I am, because they actually have much deeper industry experience in some focused areas, or they've been running meetups for many, many years. They've been running conferences, things like that. And Chris Short actually is in my locality. He's come to my own meetups, things like that. There's this guy, Dan Pop, right here. I don't know what this company Sysdig does, but he looks pretty cool. There's such a wide range of people, and we're really looking at people. If you are outside the US, absolutely, please check this out, and please come be a part of this. So
here's what I love. There's no egos on that page. There's and that's again, there's no egos. There's people that want to help other people understand what's going on in this community. It's amazing. And I just, this is one thing. I was like, any of those people, even interacting before, I was an ambassador. It was always a pleasure. It was like, oh, what are you doing here? Like what is it I can help you with? So exactly. We want to perpetuate that going forward to anybody in the community, so everybody feels that.
Sabri, do you have any thoughts on the ambassador program you wanna add in? Anything I'm missing?
I don't think so. I'm actually, well, I think out of all of the ambassadors, I probably cared the least about Kubernetes, to be perfectly honest. But that's okay.
That's a good thing. That's actually a good thing. Like,
because there's so much else there for you to be concerned about. And like we're very excited about the security projects, but also the observability projects. But there's databases, there's all expressions of cloud native development within the CNCF, and you don't have to care about Kubernetes in order to be an ambassador for cloud native. Like,
Absolutely.
right. You don't have to have any infrastructure experience to care about cloud native. Like, there are a lot of concerns that you can sort of, in fact, I think it is more of a, if you're the person who is very much passionate about developer concerns, please become an ambassador, because we need people who are,
exactly.
So there's so somebody has a question there. I'm so sorry, Sabrina.
Take it away, Bob.
Yeah. So what are prerequisites for somebody to join the ambassadors program? I think they're pretty much listed on that site there. Mm-hmm. We might want to kind of reply to that. I'm sorry, I'm on your keyboard there, but in terms of the prerequisites there, and definitely I love. There's somebody who joined this is Paulos Simos, another ambassador. Thank you for joining. We appreciate that. Please make sure you all are asking questions.
Yeah, bring those questions for sure. What is the role? But I just clicked the apply link, and maybe we should have this be on the main page. But this really are some of the key, like these are probably the 3 key things about what we're looking for. And I guarantee you, if you even remotely are involved, you probably hit one or more of these by default. So here's your pretty standard Google form, but it's not difficult, definitely. So definitely consider it and look at the resources that you get access to. I actually don't know if they're listed here. See meetup areas. So meetup.com is kind of how meetups are. There's another area, and I will, if someone could link it. Here we go. They did it already. GitHub.com /CNCF/ambassadors. Give me 2 seconds. I'll pull that up right here. And what it shows is, like, for instance, I run a meetup in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And this section here shows ambassador benefits. And one of the things right here, let me zoom in on that real quick, is ambassador benefits, this section right here. And the link for that, again, is github.com/CNCF/ambassadors. And I mean, you get waived exam fees, but one of the big things is you get reimbursement for expenses related to your meetup. So, I mean, CNCF literally bought pizza for my participants for a long time. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this out loud. Maybe we should have kept that on the down low. But it was delicious pizza, and everyone had a great time, and it helped spur the community. I mean, there's people that came just for the pizza 4 minutes before we ended the meetup. So no, everyone loved it, and it just adds to getting stickers, getting other swag, getting things, giveaways. I mean, all of this really builds into the whole thing of doing this. Pop, do you have something?
No, I totally agree with you. And again, there's the benefits are there, but there's also the intrinsic benefit, right? It's like, CNCF is an amazing organization. It's supported all the things we, beyond pizza, right? I mean, there's a lot of, stuff that they supported, us with. And I'll give you an example, right? I wouldn't even have understood community and/or Kubernetes had it not been a meetup that I went to in New York. And shout out to Ariel Jatib and who's an ambassador as well as Paul Burt. And it was like, I'm coming in, I'm going to give you and I've probably told the story, but I want to tell it again, is like coming in as this vendor, right? Coming in, trying to like pitch. And it's like, no, you don't do that. What you need to do is listen to the community and say, these are the things that I'm having to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Is there a solution in the ecosystem that does this? And if your solution's that great, and we've been fortunate with Systing and Falco being, that thing doing that, but, there might be other things that are out there. So you want to understand where they are. So in terms of, community, that is priceless. There would be no Mario, there'd be no Sabri, there'd be no Pop had there not been this amazing kind of underlying, support that we've gotten from the CNCF indirectly even.
Yep. Absolutely. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think one of the things that the biggest benefit of that, even though, yes, pizza, but, the support that we get for local meetups allows us to do things that don't require vendor sponsorships. And that's a big deal, right? We can have a talk on Go and not have to go searching around for who's going to pay for food this month. Now, it's a little bit different when, we're not doing in-person meetups anymore. So, but we can do, book giveaways and we've given out we've gotten I guess, what do you call them, gift certificates for the CNCF store to give away, right? That's even sort of that sort of thing enables us to reach the community a bit better and not exactly which is great because even now some of the new swag it often gets refreshed around KubeCon-ish, and now there's masks on the store and there's topical things on there too, So yeah, it is extremely helpful. There's a support desk as an ambassador that you can, lob requests for, like if you need help for logos or if you need help designing a website or something like that. But all of the stuff extends also into the community. So if you're representing a project within the CNCF, you also get access to all of those resources, right? And so, when I was early days of Spiffy, right, like we were able to leverage the CNCF for, working on our website and documentation and stuff like that. And there's a lot of expertise built up in the organization that you can use. You don't have to build it from scratch, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
For a small open source project, that's incredible.
Magno has a really awesome point. It's like she map where are the regions that are already represented by the current ambassadors, which is awesome. That's a great takeaway. I mean, Sabri is already saying that there's a low amount of people in the St. Louis area that we gotta map it out. We gotta put this out there. Yeah. So.
All right, hold on. So the CNCF and our team here behind the scenes that you cannot see is doing a great job of this. They're trying to link some stuff. I don't know if this is going to actually 100% solve the problem, but I think this is a good start. It looks like they're using Google Maps here and they're plotting out ambassadors. I don't know if one pin means 5 or more or whatever, but there's a link there in the chat. So definitely check this out. This is really, I didn't even know this existed. Like, this is super cool. Exactly. Thank you, Magno. If there's nobody next to your region, like, take the crown. Like, that's even more, like, we want as many people across the globe to be an ambassador, to add to that. And what the other two said, minus the pizza of what I was saying, they voice it far better than me. I'm just really hungry right now, I think. I didn't eat lunch. But like, it's human connection. It's bringing people together. There is no substitute for how amazing that can feel. I don't know why I'm just sitting on Russia right now. Let me go back and show everybody the full map here. But, we have some decent coverage, but there's the hotspots of Europe, and really America. And I'd love to see someone from Greenland or all the way in Antarctica. That would be awesome.
And I've actually spoken to somebody. Is Leonardo Murillo is here from? He's a Costa Rica. He's an applicant. Now look at that. Look at Central America, right? Or and you can see it's like there's 2 ambassadors that are going to cover that whole continent. Think about Brazil. The amazing contributions we've had from Paulo Samos. Who else? Ricardo Katz, another amazing, Brazilian, Carlos Panato, excellent resource, right? So we need more of that, without a doubt.
Absolutely. Magno, you're my favorite. I'm glad you also like pizza. That's awesome. Pop, is there any other questions we're missing? I don't want to miss anything. I think there was one on how often the ambassador applications are reviewed. And I actually found that in the FAQ over here on that GitHub page that I showed. I have up on the screen right now. Hopefully this answers questions as well. So thanks to everybody for your great questions. Let's pivot off from
more ambassadors in Africa. There's another question. We need more ambassadors.
All right. Well, I'm not sure I can make that happen right now, but you know what? Let's if anyone has ideas,
we'll be giving out ambassadorships.
Yeah, we should do that. That should be a show. Let's just give out ambassadorships. Like if you have a nomination for somebody, I think this is a thing too. And if it isn't, we're gonna make it a thing. You should be able to nominate anybody that you think is worth it. I know other ambassadors, of course, have kind of the wherewithal to be able to be trusted a little bit more when it comes to recommending somebody. But I think, like, if you talk to us and we're an ambassador and we're like, yeah, this person, how did I not know this person existed? Like, let's go through the process. Let's get it down. It can really add to that region. Pop, what's that other question from Magno he's got?
Magno, you're all on fire. Listen,
yeah, this guy right here.
Quota Magno. Okay, you only get 2 questions. No, I'm just kidding. So, like, do you need to be based or living in the region? Do you want to start a meetup group since not everything is remote? I mean, honestly, like, being able to just start like a stream or something like that where you're getting people involved from that perspective, or join a local one and do, a talk there and help organize that. I mean, that's the first thing you could probably do. I think we all got our start from that perspective. I don't know, Sabri or Mario, if you want to add to that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I know right now, and we've sort of talked about this in the ambassador channel and some of the meetings, it is sort of difficult to, everyone is competing online, and that's really hard, right? And not to discourage anyone from trying to do anything online right now, but I will say, like, the cool thing about having regional events is that you can connect with local businesses, your local community, people who are dealing with local concerns, right? Like the tech community here in St. Louis is very different than the tech community in San Francisco, for instance. Like, they're not even the same sort of thing, but we all have common concerns, and the CNCF cloud native is applicable to those concerns in some way. A lot of that kind of gets squished when you're dealing with online only events, right? So yeah, that's sort of my take on it. It's hard to distinguish yourself online. And I do sort of miss the local connection and being able to do things here and sort of bring people in my community together. But there is a future. There's a future where we can come back together,
Yep.
right? Hopefully, and meet in person, right? So planning for that and setting the infrastructure, I think, is important. It's also just like, a lot of the local meetups that have continued through sort of the pandemic are now all capable of streaming. So hopefully, once we actually sort of get to a place where we can do things locally, we can also do that and stream. Which will only make sort of the content availability better.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. There's a couple other quick questions we can get real quick. Do you need to be CKA? Absolutely not. If you're a CNCF ambassador, you actually are going to get like more support when it comes to becoming a certified whatever, right? In this space, that's a good one. There's nothing you really need. And then I think someone said more meetups in Africa. You know what? Use the Meetup platform. Use meetup.com. Just search around where you live, or you can search anywhere and see what meetups are available.
Or start one. If there's not one in your area, look, if you need the support of CNCF, just join the CNCF Slack. We'll see what we can do to support you from that perspective. At the end of the day, we're all having the ability to start up a virtual meeting. You can do that from anywhere if you want to, but you want to get attendance. You want to get people enjoying this. And by the way, everybody who's watching this, please make sure to follow our Twitch channel. Like, there's going to be a lot more content we're putting out there, and ambassadors are going to be involved in a lot of stuff here. So please, if you like what you're seeing here, make sure that you're also following our Twitch here. Just click that little button on the top.
Yeah, your respective platform, follow us. There's going to be more discussion about this. We will answer more questions about this. We bring people on air who have gone through this process, who are involved in their community, in the wider global community, and are doing amazing things. I completely forgot about this, the Cloud Native community group. So this is what I meant when I was talking about the CNCF supporting these groups and kind of tying them all together. This is Cloud Native community groups. This is powered by the Bevy platform. And this is how the CNCF is helping drive the meetups by region that already exist, that people are bringing to the table, and that you can just go in here and search. You can search anywhere. Right. And I mean, this is crazy, right? Like, look at all these Brazil, so we don't have as many people from Brazil, or if anybody as an ambassador. Like, this is crazy right now. And you can just contact this person, like, no problem. Right. And we have the same thing for right here, like apply it. Hold on. So you can find an event, you can find people. I think that's more behind the scenes in the ambassador realm, but you can apply to host a meetup, right? And that just takes you to how to apply right here. Sync with meetup.com if you're using that already. Really, we're not trying to replace meetup.com. We're just trying to get a kind of a unified place for you to find what you want to tap into. So some amazing stuff here. I want to move on, but definitely leave your questions. We'll answer any questions that come in.
Can I bring up one point? I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to bogart your show, Mario.
No,
I swear to God.
It's not my show.
It's our show. Okay.
Go.
So Magno, you said you can present in Brazilian and Portuguese. So look, Paulo Samos is here. He's a representative. He's an ambassador from Brazil. Go and interact with him if you want. You're all both on Slack. I know both of you, right? And so that'd be a great way to start that. But every single time, again, I started my show, for instance, and when I started it, I'm like, this is the worst production value, but I kept on doing it and doing it and doing it. I asked Kelsey, and Kelsey came on. You have to start that journey. You cannot just go and be complacent and say, I want to do this. You have to do something. And Sabri, I'm sure, had that in his journey. He wanted to, start up, a meetup. He wanted to give out, eat pizza. Well, we all ate pizza. We did what we got to do. Mario, like, same thing. You can't just wish something to happen. You got to do something. We are a community of doers. That's what we are.
Yes, I can't even make that any better. Like I could talk about that topic all day. It's so hard to start something from nothing, but listen, it's the internet. Everyone's available on some platform. You can talk to anybody. You can talk to absolutely anybody, right? They may not respond if they're the CFO of Facebook, but like you can talk to anybody, right? And that's the thing. This community, and many of you watching know this community is one of the most open, flexible, welcoming communities I've ever been a part of. And so that is not a problem. And if it is a problem, tell somebody.
Just joined us in the channel, who also has an amazing show, who just, he started this and is great, is Adrian Goings. He's just started, and he started a while back, but he has, Coffee and Cloud Native. All check that out. Oh, fantastic show. He just he goes and he has bots that go out and look at all these articles, and he figures out, things about, certain, technologies that are out there. And it's so interactive. It's brilliant. So definitely, besides clicking the follow on our Cloud Native Foundation Twitch, go check out CNCN.
This is Adrian's site, I presume, very well put together. I've never watched this. Dan tells me that I'm really stupid and that I need to start doing this.
I would never call you stupid. I love you. No,
I would too. But like, I need to start checking this out. There's so much good content here, and this is just one. I think we're going to get into a few others later on in the show. But let's move on. I wanted to get into a little bit of news, and so I'm going to pull up one of the publications that I love keeping an eye on here. Hopefully I have it open in a tab. Probably not though, because I'm not good at preparing for things. So let me get that up real quick. It's called Cube Weekly, and it's a weekly newsletter put together by, I think it's owned by the CNCF now. I know Bob Killen and some of the other people are behind it that are really big in SIG contribx and huge contributors. I wanted to walk through some news, just a couple news items, either in the past week or the past month, what's going on right now, just to give everyone kind of a heads up. And Q Weekly is a great way to do this. There's also the CNCF site as well, has news. And obviously there's other newsletters. Please provide us if there's something that you follow that's a weekly email or something like that you really enjoy, other than Reddit or Hacker News, that's CNCF, whatever. Like, share it with us, because we're always looking for this stuff.
Cubulus is a good one as well. It's from the folks at Replicated. They do a weekly newsletter. Wait, is that what you're looking at right now? I'm sorry.
I'm looking at Cube Weekly. Hold on. Cubulus is another one, right?
Yeah, Cubulus.
Yeah. Hold on. I got a link. Hold on. We can make cubulus.com. Looks like.
Yep.
Let me look this up.
Yep.
This is the latest issue. Here we go. Yeah. So they focus on a theme, and then they build articles and other resources that they'll share around that theme. So this week's theme was secrets, and EKS, encryption provider for defense in depth. Azure, it's all great. Like, it's not tied to any particular platform. So yeah, this is the great one as well. I think they're both weekly. And then Cubulus has a podcast now too. I didn't even know about this. I've been looking for other like CNCF Kubernetes related podcasts. And this looks really, really good. So Ben, I'm a good friend of Ben. He's a good guy. William Linker D. This is amazing stuff. So, wait, what? Dan Pop, what? You're everywhere, man. What's going on? What? I can't browse the web without Dan Pop. Dang.
I am the most blessed, blessed. I'm the most blessed human being like ever. And I love everybody, man. I just love this, just being with this community. It's the only reason I have just a modicum of people understanding who the hell I am. I'm nobody without the community.
No. Dan is doing what I'm saying is Dan is doing some amazing stuff. He is getting out there. He's helping others do amazing stuff, and we're so happy to have him, and Sabri as well, who literally answered the call at the last minute to be here today, which is why I had no clue what he actually did. So I'm so glad to actually officially meet him. I think there's still, like, among the ambassador program, I still feel really detached from other people, and it's saddening. Like, I need to go to more KubeCons, and COVID needs to be over. One last podcast I want to highlight. This is the podcast that I think came out first, is the Kubernetes Podcast from Google. And there's some great interviews here on a variety of technologies and things, in the cloud native ecosystem. They're not just focused on Kubernetes. These two episodes, CNCF with Chris I'm not even going to try his last name on air. I will get too nervous and screw it up. Cilium. I mean, these are some great things. Every time there's a major release, we talk to someone from the release team. Like, this stuff is fantastic. If you wanted some insight on how this stuff came to be, how to contribute to these projects, check out this podcast as well. Of course, there's Software Engineering Daily. There's a gazillion podcasts. So
can we talk about one in particular? Now, can I take my ambassador hat off and put the podcast hat on real quick? This is the last time.
Shameless plug, right?
But I just my season 2 came out. It came out today. And what I love about it is yet another ambassador, right? Phil Estes, who the king of Container D. I mean, he goes deep and talks about, Open Container Initiative, what he did to kind of, make Container D kind of a standard for, folks to use from a runtime perspective that's almost agnostic, right? If you think about it, back in the, the early days of Kubernetes, there was many runtimes. There's obviously Docker, Rocket, and all of those things, right? And so, yeah, it's available in audio or video if you all want to check it out. It's, Popcast Pop on, you can see it on Twitter. But yeah, it's we're on YouTube, and this year there's another thing is we're doing transcripts. So like if folks in the past, if they from a accessibility perspective they'll be able to see it, they're all about it, we're gonna read it, it's all there for you. But I'm super excited about this season. We have a lot of huge names, like it's gonna be really a lot of fun. So
absolutely. Thanks for highlighting. So Bree, all right, anything what do you follow? How do you keep contact with what's going on in the world?
Twitter, unfortunately.
No problem with Twitter.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, there are some pretty good lists that you can follow. Like I know there's a Twitter list for ambassadors that you can follow, and so like I think the topic lists are actually some of the more productive ones because you do get like a very nice sort of curated view of what's going on with the community. I'm old school RSS. So like all of the blogs that you just posted, you can subscribe with like Feedly, and you can listen directly, like that. I'm kind of old school. But yeah, I mean, I think that the CNCF Slack is also very good just for getting involved and hearing about what people are talking about. Yeah, nothing else that hasn't really been mentioned. There's a lot of really good newsletters actually that you can sign up for that. I think, if you're an email person, I can't really email anymore. It's too much noise. So
yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah. It's more like, I don't want something push based. It's going to get into my face. It's like when I'm ready, I will pull that data, right? Like I will get that. Yeah. So for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Which is why I like RSS. I can just check it, whenever I have some time. Like I'm going to queue up this podcast and then listen to it. And all that great stuff. So definitely, I think, especially everyone's working from home generally, hopefully you're working from home. You can listen to stuff in the background and it creates an opportunity for you to get a little bit more content than you would be able to if you were in the office.
Absolutely.
Magno has one shameless plug for his GitHub awesome Kubernetes security project.
Hold on. Let's see if the Google Power can bring this up. Awesome Kubernetes security project. Let's see what happens. Magno, you gotta share links to this. Like there's so many.
There it is. Look right there.
That's 2
SEO,
on Google.
Baby. Magno's got the SEO on lock.
This guy right now. Oh my god. Oh, there's even a disclaimer. I love it. Magno, who are you? What is going on? I want to invite you to my house. Like, come to dinner, please. This is
Magno,
great.
Will you accept this rose?
Oh man, I did watch The Bachelor on Monday. I don't know if anyone else did. All right, so moving on. This is great stuff. Thank you so much for everybody sharing links. Definitely check out Awesome Kate Security by Magno. All right, I just want to talk through some news. I love going through Cube Weekly because I think it provides a few different kind of like vessels. So you can technical, more of the, kick off the mentoring program, like it's a little higher level of like the programs that are happening. Graduation of projects we know and love, OPA, Open Policy Agent. This is a big one. Hopefully everyone can see my screen. Like, this is hitting graduated status is a big deal. There's definitely like a set of standards that CNCF has in place for projects to graduate. This is huge. Of course, the new TOC members, that's all great, but I'm a little more technical. So I always scroll down to this technical bit right here. And one of the big things that I see right here is how to debug crash loop backup in a container. This is from David Giffen. And this, I actually didn't get a lot of time to deep dive this, but this is the number one issue in my experience that developers kind of face. Is my application's doing something, I have no clue what it's doing, whether or not it's not logging properly. I just don't know when the container starts what's actually happening. And Kubernetes, that a lot of time bubbles up as a crash loop backup. This guide should seriously help you out immensely. This is the kind of stuff I'd love to see. Take the time to review some of this. Right here, K9S, one of my favorite tools in the world. K9S is one of the greatest. It's a terminal user interface, a TUI, if you will. So you can continue using your CLI. Check out this project, but I don't want to get too far down the rabbit hole. I think Kubically
there's a mention of Falco there. Oops.
Wait, what? I don't hunting for malware with Falco. I don't.
Dan Lorick, awesome.
Who is this? Who is this guy? Dan Lorick. Who is that? What is this? Oh, Medium. I'm tired of Medium. The generic art. I love it. I love but wonderful.
Dan's a great resource. It's a great read. It's just like how to detect malware.
Listen to this right here. I got the idea to use Falco for this after Dan Pop NYC sent me a few links on Twitter. This guy right here. If you need anything, just talk to Dan Pop on Twitter. I mean, investment advice, ask him. He knows how to invest in GameStop. He'll let you know what you're doing wrong. I guarantee it. Like, yeah.
Dogecoin. Doggy coin, do that.
See, only the best advice.
By the way, Bill, put the disclaimer here. Any stock tips,
I'm starting to sweat. This is bad. All right. So one of the ones I also wanted to highlight, I actually listened to the podcast a couple of days ago in the car, is a Kubernetes podcast on Backstage with Lee and Matt from Spotify. So Spotify actually was looking for sort of a application registry, like a index for managing their applications across the organization and getting an idea of the state of them, what's going on, who the ownership is. It's kind of like a spreadsheet sort of model, right? With columns that tells you things about what's going on with your services. Everyone's looking for this, right? And some CI/CD systems and others that are out there can solve this. But I think this is homegrown. This is the size of a company like Spotify. They're solving these problems themselves, and it's really unique the way they're bringing it to the table. Of course, there's also news in the Kubernetes podcast, good stuff here as well. A big one on scaling to 7,500 nodes. OpenAI, they did their second article on how they achieve this. And this stuff is really, really interesting. So you can definitely go down the rabbit hole here. There's everything they talk about in the podcast is linked here as well. Definitely check it out. So let me go back though. Anything else, y'all, Sabri, Pop, like what's going on this past week? What are you hot on? What is the trail that you are following right now?
A little bit of a shameless plug. We announced the first cloud native Rust day on Monday. And this kind of came maybe intentionally, right, on the heels of the Rust Foundation announcing basically hello to the world. So there's a lot of excitement there. And so this is going to be sort of our chance, or anyone else who is involved in Rust. Maybe you've never heard of it, maybe you have, to submit talks, hang out. It's going to be on the 3rd, so we've actually increased. There's normally like one additional day before the main conference for co-located events. This year there's going to be 2. And so if you wanted to attend this on like the 3rd and then WASM Day, for instance, on the 4th, which is also relevant to a lot of folks in the Rust community, you can do both. So there's kind of like a secret, little track there that you can build up. I know the Cloud Native Security Day is also on the 4th. So super excited to announce that.
Can we talk about that, just the Cloud Native Security Day a little bit? And
let's do it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Sabri, I don't want to finish your thought there, but because
I'm not going to talk about Rust here because I can talk about it forever. So Rust is cool. But yeah, so the Cloud Native Security Day is on the 4th, as we were saying as well. And you should be able to.
Yeah,
So,
and now we're having CFPs, and please submit those. And what I like about these co-located, there's also a WASM one, right, that they're doing for WebAssembly, which is cool. But what I like about these events is basically it's catered to the security community. That it's obviously with the DevOps aspect of it, but like there's things like where and I'm part of SIG Security. It's a great team. So is Magno. Shout out Magno. Shout out to Emily Fox and all the folks over there. But it's what I love about it is it's tailored to the security community. It's one day that you're just talking about these things and things that are pertinent, like CVEs, how to address those things, key management. All of them are very specific, because when you go to KubeCon, obviously there's a security track, there's things you can take there, but you get pelted with so many different things, which is awesome. And so then you go back probably at a virtual event, you go back and you kind of digest all of that. You go back and say, I want to see this talk again. Ian Coldwater did a great talk. They were awesome, right? But then like this day is literally just jam packed with just specific security. You spend the whole day and you absorb all the security beautifulness. And I love it. Submit a CFP. I'm on the committee over there, so I'm excited because it's awesome. It's, there's a lot of really cool things that, we're going to be covering as part of this security day. So.
I should probably turn on my mic. That'd be helpful. That's when the light's on. It's good. I should learn that. No, this is good stuff right here. This is the CFP page for Cloud Native Security Day. And so just so I understand, Cloud Native Security Day is a day 0 event, correct, for EU, right? Yes,
I believe so.
I actually hold on. Schedule announcement. Event day Tuesday, May 4th.
Yeah.
So
you may have to fix that because day 0 is now technically the 3rd.
May 3rd. Okay.
-1 day. I don't know. So we have to figure out that a little bit. But yeah, yes, it's the day before the main.
Gotcha. So February 19th is when the CFP closes. Everybody get it together. Build something up, whatever you're doing that's cool in security. Check this out. It's really easy. I've gone through the process multiple times to submit a talk. It's not too bad. There's some basic stuff. You'll get accepted if you have a pretty decent, pretty fun, insightful talk. Absolutely. This is great stuff.
And don't take it from Mario or Sabri here or myself. Take it from the guys, the folks like Magno out there. This one's for you, Magno. All right. This one's for you.
This guy right now. All right. So there is this page I did not know existed, probably because I don't know how to internet. events.linuxfoundation.org/about/calendar. We will link it as well. This is a calendar of upcoming events, including any day 0 events, co-located events, anything going on. This is it right here. So as we can see, most of the May events are going to be day 0 events. It looks like most of them are showing May 4th as well. So we might have to get that fixed at some point to May 3rd, Sabri. So we'll have to look into that. But there's one coming up here I'm excited for right here. This is North America, but that's a little later. The big thing is these are all day 0 events for KubeCon EU. KubeCon EU is coming. It's going to be in May. It's going to be virtual. We need to be safe. But I don't know. I'm excited for this one. What are y'all thoughts on this one? Anything exciting you're excited to see or hear from anybody? Do you have a CFP submitted? What's the deal right now?
Yeah. I did post a link about just off of the heels of the Cloud Native Security Day. I guess it's a sister foundation, the Open Software Security Foundation. It actually has a webinar coming up. If you're not involved in that community, you should join. If you're involved in CNCF security, this is an extremely sort of relevant organization for you to join as well. There's a lot of really interesting discussions and working groups in that organization. So yeah, we're definitely looking for participation there as well. And any sort of cloud native suggestions would be definitely welcome there. So that's the plug for that. Super excited for the Kubernetes, the Cloud Native AI co-event. I did quite a bit of AI sort of in Cloud Native last year, and I'm actually just like, it's part of the maturity model, in my opinion, of Kubernetes, is seeing Kubernetes extend into industry use cases that maybe aren't as obvious, right? And high performance computing, AI, academia, those are the sorts of things where there's a lot of stability required, but there's also like a lot of support needed for really obscure technology. And Kubernetes is getting to the point where if you have an application written in really old school Lisp or something, we need to be able to support that in a containerized environment. How do you do that? We're now sort of reaching the place where we can offer specific advice for that sort of thing. And so, yeah, I'm happy that there are sort of communities that are coalescing around industrial use cases that are maybe a bit less mainstream, if you will. So that's really, really cool.
So on that topic right there of the, how do I explain it? The massive focus niche-based usage of Kubernetes and other platforms. I actually just learned about the data on Kubernetes community. All it is like a local community that started that's become wider with COVID, right? And they've really expanded their horizons. I think this might go right to their Slack, which I don't want to do right now, but they have, they have a whole website and it's actually really nice. Y'all should check this out though. If you are doing anything running data on Kubernetes, like these are the sorts of communities that are cropping up, right? That are trying to help people understand and solve problems in a problem space that isn't as clear and apparent that everyone has, right? Like, so this is amazing stuff. Definitely check out the doc community. I think they are still doing like either weekly or bi-weekly events. Like it's great. I actually, my meetup is on kind of a hiatus because we didn't really know how to leverage virtual as well as we probably could have, right? And it's a lot of effort. This community has put it forth and there's enough people that are really interested in this content. So that is fantastic. Give them a follow right now. Do it. You will not be sad. All right. That's AI. Pop, what are you thinking for KubeCon EU? What are you up to?
We've submitted some CFPs, not only on the Falco side, but also submitted a couple just in terms of just help from a helping folks from a streaming perspective. We'll see which ones get accepted if they do, but I'm definitely looking forward to just being part of it. I loved the hallway track. I think a lot of you probably met me in the hallway track from a KubeCon perspective, but I just love that. I can't wait to do that for the EMEA folk. But that's the part that I really enjoy is the interaction. One thing I'll break down I thought was very cool about hallway track. Somebody came in to this Zoom that we had, which was Dims, who's in the steering committee for Kubernetes, was on it. Started the Zoom up in a channel, and it was like somebody was like, "How do I contribute?" And somebody just broke us up into a side group and walked them through it, the whole channel. And I looked at that and I almost got teary-eyed because I'm like, that is amazing. That is like exactly why we're here. Like, why I love this community is like, you helped somebody get over. So to me, like, regardless of if I have a talk or not, which, whatever, I just love that hallway track. I love it. So
that's amazing, right? That's some of the best advice. That is kind of the unknown gem, right? The hidden gem, I think, of KubeCon. And it's harder virtually, but we make it work. I just found the main co-located events page for KubeCon EU coming up here in May. This lists all of those events. You can also view them from that event page that I was on previously. We'll get a link to that out to you as well. There's so much great stuff going on. I'm so glad Day Zero has become that much bigger. All these different focuses that people can get more insight on, share ideas, all of that. This is fantastic. So apply to speak at all these. The diversity scholarship, like this is great stuff.
We should do at some point is do a hack MD, like with with links that we could put for. And I'm sorry to like do like live thought here, but like because we've threw a ton of links in here and like people can go through the stream, but just think about it. It's like, and that's again, shout out to you, Adrian. Adrian does that really well. I mean, at the end of the day, you have a whole listing of all the things that he reviewed and all of that. So anyway,
shout out. Absolutely. Our back end team right now should be crying at how much we want from them because, like, I swear, like, we have standards. Like, we're getting on our feet. We're going to make this happen. I would love to see.
Bill, cancel the holidays. Bill.
Yeah, no weekends. No weekends, Bill. That's it. You're working. Seriously. I will order you pizza. I'll send it to your house. I swear. No, this is good stuff. I can just export all the 48 tabs I have open if you all want.
You're using Toby, right? I mean, you can
I am using Toby. Yes, I am. So no, this is great. No, I love more content, the better. See, I'm just going to keep this open because now I'm gonna start exploring ambassadors in my region. All right, we have 10 minutes ish. Let's talk streamers, other people doing kind of what we're doing right now, but they're smarter than us. They are more maybe powerful than us in terms of getting engagement, getting people to learn. I love. There's so much education out there, so much going on. I'm gonna stop talking because the other two people in this chat know way more than I do about what's going on out there. I do have a few to recommend, so I will go last. I'm gonna call on Sabri right now. Actually, highlight for us places that you have learned about some of the technologies in cloud native, interviews, whatever it might be, right? And I'm okay with podcasts. Podcasts are cool, but like anything that's maybe video centric as well.
What's wrong with podcasts?
Nothing. They're good. I talked about them already. That's it, right? There's only the Kubernetes podcast.
You watch streams. All right.
That's a good question. Yeah, so I guess because of sort of like my job, and I'm sort of heavily in the programming language space, like I've been following a lot of PL people who also stream, which is kind of cool. I think the coolest streamer in that basket is Jean. And I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I'm sorry, but I posted the link in that. And they do. They have a Twitch stream, and a lot of the older episodes are on YouTube, and called PL Talk. And so, if you're interested in programming languages, there's a lot of really relevant stuff there. But they're the CEO of a company called Akita, and Akita is this really, really cool tool that is extremely relevant to a lot of folks here, that effectively looks at APIs and takes streaming APIs and basically builds a specification around that streaming API, and is able to do like, real-time diffs of like, so if your API changes and there isn't any documentation for it, or, if you're looking at it from a security perspective and things like that, this is a tool specifically for that. So very much in the sort of like fringe cloud native, more in the developer tool side. But I actually think that we need sort of like more people who are into that because, it's really, really hard. So if you're interested in building technology for cloud native, especially developer side tooling, great person to follow, and their stream is amazing. Like it's literally the who's who of programming languages and developer tools. Like it's pretty incredible. So that would be like my plug here.
Love it. Go Pop.
I think obviously Ivor Scott does a really good job. He does like React level stuff, and I like his stream a lot. It's just it's pleasant to watch him code, right? He's very in the know about the things you do. We talked about Adrian. Adrian's stream is just so action packed and stuff like that. Raw Code, another awesome resource for the community. And again, recently made an ambassador, very well deserved. But he takes it from the approach of just like really getting in there from soup to nuts, which I love. I think let me put the here's Ivor's just so you have it as well.
Yeah, and then, give me that. Thanks.
And another person, it's not a stream per se, but it's basically like a weekly, or maybe she does a couple a week, but it's Anais Ehrlich. She does 100 days of Kubernetes. Like it's like a 101, right? So she's basically taking each of those concepts and trying to go and help people understand them. And I really like that, just because it's like for the folks that are, that are uninitiated. If you think about the person who was in the hauler track was trying to figure out like, what how do I contribute and all that fun stuff. I think that's super useful. So
absolutely. Can you link that other one you were just talking about?
Yeah, no problem.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you. This is David McKay, rawcode.live. This is great stuff. This is, I don't know if this is, yeah, he's got a website. Oh, he's working on his website. It's in progress right now. All right, cool. Probably he's got some legit articles. Cool. No, rawcode is an amazing teacher, I think, for sure. Let me get some of these other links here. Yes, this is fantastic. I love these personalities. Currently doing 100 days of Kubernetes. This is amazing. I love this. I love this so much.
What I love about this is, and I know Anais, and she's somebody's like kind of asked some advice from me, but she already had it on lock. Is she's just taking, like, you said K9S. She's like, all right, I want to learn that, so I figured it out, or I want to know what namespaces are. So like this whole thing is our 100 days of figuring out each thing that she's doing. It's really, really cool. Definitely check it out.
Man, she's even got a newsletter going. This is amazing. Yeah, if you want to learn, this is the best way. Yeah. Okay, Paolo, Clubhouse. Listen, some of us have Android and we can't participate, which is really annoying. And what is even Clubhouse right now? I don't even know. No, Clubhouse is starting to pick up steam. We will link all the latest when it comes to anything Clubhouse or any other platforms, for sure. It's picking up a lot of steam. Didn't Kelsey do a chat the other day or something like that? Like, there's just left and right.
Dude, here's the thing. Here's my thought on this. And what I loved about, again, I think Kelsey on any medium is going to murder. Like, it's just how he's one of the most brilliant and amazing storytellers, not only in our space, but any space by far. Right. And so having him on there was like, literally was people, what I like about the medium is the intimacy. He had like a bunch of people in the room that just asking questions. They each asked a question. He waited until the whole time for everybody to ask a question. Nice. The dude, literally, it was like 3 hours. So really cool. That's how you forward a medium. You can use it in such an effective way. And he absolutely used it in an effective way.
That is really, really cool to hear. All right. So I thought I had more, and I'm sure I do somewhere, but I'm not finding them right now. I have one, and this is someone I found kind of randomly. I think that YouTube recommended it, actually, based on what I was watching. This is that DevOps guy, and that's not a great picture of him. So let me go to the main page, and great, the pictures don't get that much better. Good to hear. No, I'm joking. Got that in your face.
No, we need a disclaimer. There's a disclaimer on the bottom. Mario's opinion does not.
This does not reflect my employer's opinion, I swear. No.
It's clickbaity YouTube sort of like, this is what you have to do.
Sabri has me. He's got me covered. No, exactly. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. I really enjoyed
smash that like and subscribe button. That DevOps guy.
Yes. Absolutely. Like, but this is crazy because he got recommended to me. He's got over 15,000 subscribers, including me right now. I just did it. See, I added my videos to watch later, and then I never actually like go and figure out.
Before you subscribe to him, could you subscribe to our Twitch channel?
Yeah, what am I doing? It's like I'm not even here. Come on. All right, subscribe to our Twitch. You will be paid in dividends. I guarantee it. You're gonna love it. But no, that DevOps guy does a great job because he starts at zero and he helps you do the thing that the video's about from zero. All you need is a computer, and you can go from there. He describes it out really well. And there's a lot of stuff here. Look at Learn Go all the way to Istio, Let's Encrypt. I was watching one on Argo the other day. This stuff is literally gold. There's many more of these. We plan to share a lot more later on as well. There is so much going on in the community, and y'all need to be tapped into that for sure. This is the CNCF's page. Of course, all of the KeepCon videos and content from anything CNCF related, go here as well. You can see, kind of go to a playlist and get an idea. Here's all the San Diego videos, for instance. And there's so much good stuff going on. We have just 1 minute. Any last thoughts from anybody right here? Sabri, Pop, give it to me.
No, I think that's pretty much it. We covered everything. I think we need like a CNCF coin for those dividends now, so we can all just not do that. I have a completely separate Twitter talking about cryptocurrency because no one wants to hear about it on my main Twitter. So,
okay. All right. Maybe we'll link that. I don't know.
Follow the podcast.
Just stop
Pop. Smash that like and subscribe button.
Yeah, Dan Pop is the man. Just search Dan Pop. Don't click the Funko Street Fighter Dan Pop Games figure on Amazon. Click the second one. This is the Popcast with Dan Pop. Yes, absolutely. Thank you everybody for joining today. This was so much fun. We're gonna do more in this format. This is where it's at. I swear. This is wonderful. Any questions, comments, queries, thoughts? We did a bad job. Let us know. And then the people that are in the back end who actually have the strings in their hands are gonna make some changes. But this was tons of fun. Hopefully everyone got some value out of it. Smash that like button, subscribe. We are gonna be releasing more and more content. We're gonna have more content every week, not just this show. But listen, y'all drive what we do. You are why we are here. Thank you so much. That's it for today. Signing off. I'm Mario. That's Dan Pop. That's Sabri. Take it easy. Bye, everybody.